Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again. Um, Real quick because technically I'm busy, still working on the COVID-19 comic book as as a reference, like I said, to um, describe the stories on how it's going to be presented and expressed once it's finished. So far, everything is significant and it's working primarily well. All the stories is making sense, and everything I can say is it's starting to be pre-developed and working is and it's starting to be a pre-developed work in progress. But anyway, yeah, real fast. I was just going to say, as a reminder, when I return back after this pandemic situation is resolved and no more, there's going to be sudden changes. I'm not going to be the same old person who had to literally take shit and agony and irritation from a lot of people that I used to deal with. I'm not going to be a bully. That's nothing here nor there. I would say I'm just going to have a newer, civilized attitude at my disposal. Kind of like it ain't gonna be no more mocking my voice, mocking of my voice. It is not gonna be any more irritation, agony in my way. It ain't gonna be no more demands or bickering back and forth and people bossing me around, especially regarding to certain co-workers that I would work with. It ain't gonna be none of that. No more of that. All that BS is gonna cease pronto. I'm just gonna start advocating for myself because I told my mom that when I return back after this pandemic um vaccination vacationing type of situation for me and others is over with. When things go back, restore back to normal, I'm gonna return back with a newer attitude and a new civilized approach. Where I'm gonna still be me, but I'm just gonna have a newer attitude. Where I'm gonna leave the old me from behind, like back there, and bring in the newer me with a newer attitude. Where I'm just like, hey, it's the new me, so things is gonna change around here. So yeah. And despite as far as with the way how I talk, like I said, need I remind certain people that I'm very highly sensitive about my voice. I don't very much like being mocked too much. Even if it's for fun, that's fine. But I'm very strict and serious about certain things. Not everything I say is always a laughing joke or a laughing manner. Not everything I say is always serious. Not everything I say is always funny neither. So get that get that through your head and understand that I'm not always the one that anybody entirely will want to fuck with. Okay? I may be funny at times and I may be um like a comedian type of person at times. But trust and believe when I say that I'm not always the funniest person all the time. I take life more seriously than you think at times when it's necessary, when I need to. I try to be I try to be um I try to be preserved at the point where I'm taking procedures when it's needed. Like in other words, um, when I got priorities to maintain, I take that seriously at times. So I don't always joke around the way how others usually take things too lightly and be goofy about it. I try not to do that. I've made that mistake before. I ain't going to make that again. Oh, hey, what's up, Howard? So, what I'm saying is, when I return back, there's going to be new changes. I'm not going to be I'm not going to take numerous amounts of shit like I used to. I'm not going to allow others to get in my face or um, make it look like that they boss some like especially like some coworkers that do that. I'm not gonna take none of that this time. I'm gonna start putting my foot down, standing my ground, advocating for myself, standing up for myself, speaking my mind, and putting an end to all that nonsense. Because I thought enough was enough is enough, and it's not gonna happen this time no more. Like I said, I'm not gonna be a bully or anything, and I'm not gonna blow my fist up and fight anybody. I'm just gonna fight somebody with words to beat them at their own games. That's what I'm gonna do. And as far as with my lower voice, that ship has sailed, okay? I used to talk a little bit with my teeth at times, but now I'm starting to progress and um I'm starting to progress and I'm also starting to what's the word? It's another word for it. Um I guess I can say I'm starting to pronunciate certain things I say clearly than usual. Because honestly, like yeah, like I'm speaking thoughts into existence on things I say. But the point I'm trying to make is that after a while, when people do mock me, even if it's for fun, sometimes it irritates my nerves. It gets on my nerves because it makes me not want to communicate or talk to anybody, and particularly where they just continuously keep provoking me, where it pisses me off. And after a while, I feel disrespected like that. So what I'm saying is, it's kind of like the way how I talk is a habit. It's uncommon. It's something that cannot be contained. That can be contained or controlled, but I can't change it. Okay, you're just gonna have to accept the way how I talk. You just gonna have to accept my personality for what it is, and most of all, I would appreciate it if you respect that. For some people, that does that. I'm saying. I mean, you can still joke around, but don't do it too much oftenly, okay? Because when I'm mocked and made fun of too much, that's constant bullying, and I don't appreciate that. I don't respect anybody for that, and I don't approve of that. So when I say stop, or when I say chill, or enough is enough, then cut it short. Otherwise, you'll make it worse. And as far as with that is concerned, my condition, the way how I speak, I pronunciate certain words and definitions of vocabularies. That's something I can't help. Okay, so that's just something you're just gonna have to accept and deal with. Accept me for who I am. Accept how my voice is, because it's not really that bad. I mean, and I admit I talk a lot mostly, but as a result, I'm gaining control of that problem. I'm trying to be more assertive and less annoying. So don't worry, I got control of that. I couldn't before. That was the and most of the times that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to like damnly like kind of honestly advocate. I mean, socialize with people in the first place because I knew this was going to happen. I knew I was going to be made fun of for shit, and and irritated and provoked and belittled and all this crap, because I knew what people were going to say from the very beginning to the very end of this type of particular time. Relatively speaking, I knew it was going to happen. So I mean, but I understand it's going to be haters and people to provoke you all over. But I ain't going to let that affect me. I'm just going to ignore it. But but I'll say anytime if my friend does that, I laugh it off sometimes, and other times I get annoyed. So I just say, even if you mock my voice a little, I do the same thing too. But just know that the way how I talk is different from among other people, because I'm not the only one that has a weird type of voice at times. Really, I'm not the only one. It's more than a few people that can have worse conditions way more than mine. So I'm not the only one, and I hate it when most people predict that I'm the only one with a problem, and I'm not. That's the problem. Most people don't. They like they can't get it through their thick skull and recognize that some people are not the only ones with issues and conditions. But the point I'm saying is, when I return back to work, it's going to be new changes. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start advocating for myself. Anytime if there's a problem, I would still report it regularly to my supervisors. But most of all, I'm gonna start handling the situations myself. I'm not gonna have anybody bear in mind to help me and like kind of like hold my hand where I don't need that, to the point where I'm a grown man and I can start speaking up for my own um for my for my own recognizance and resort to my own misfortunes. So that's about it. So yeah, again, like the way how I talk is different from among other people. So get through your head that I'm not the only one with a condition or with some uncommon figure, with some uncommon unfortunate type of personality that certain people can misunderstand about me. Okay, like get this shit through your head. I'm not the only one, because there's a lot more people have worse conditions and worse speech impediments way worse than me. So I'd appreciate it if some people will accept me for who I am, accept my voice for what it is, and most of all, I'm gonna just say to other people that, like, I'm gonna just say, like, when I do return back to work, I'm gonna lay down the law and say, like, that to some co-workers, I would be like, address the issue. Just be like, enough is enough. I don't work for you. You're not my supervisor. You're only a co-worker. So just I would just be like, enough of that nonsense, and leave, go about your business. Leave me alone and off, and stay out of my way. That's what I'm gonna say to certain people. And I'd be like, if some don't like it, they can they can they can kiss off and fuck off at the same time. Yeah, it ain't going to be none of that this time. None. All that BS is going to cease pronto. Right. Cease, desist, and stop right now. Ain't going to be none of that this time. None. No more of that. It's all going to cease, cut, and desist. Yeah, and I mean what I say. It's all gonna desist right now. But yeah, that's just what I would say. Yeah, because the way how I sound, I'm not faking it. The only time I did talk like with my teeth was because that was a habit. I barely had a chance to open my mouth more. But since my teachers has helped me out to get me like teach me some skills to kind of like to advocate for myself and project the right word project my voice more. It gives me clarity. And for others that mock my voice and like to tease me about it, stop. If someone does if someone does that to you, tell them to stop. And if they continue to do it, cut them off. If they ain't listening, cut them off. Even if they're your friend, cut their asses off because they'll continue to do it until they piss you off. And if they don't know when enough is enough, then it's time for their butts to go. Pronto. That's just that's just the way how I'd handle it. I would just be like, if you're gonna continue this nonsense, then I got no choice but to cut you off. You got to go. So yeah, that's the main point of it. I'm not taking no more bullshit this time, no more. Others gonna respect me and they're gonna approach me with respect, or they can get out of my face, keep it moving, and leave me alone. Especially respect the way how I speak, and how I express myself, or they can keep it moving. And we don't speak at all on different occasions. So yeah, my this is my this is my real voice, okay? It ain't nothing so fake or made up about it at all because I speak different, but it's clear, so it's not that bad. And get that through your head too. My voice is not that bad. I understand, and I believe it and understand it. All right, it ain't that bad. So cut it out with that bullshit nonsense and just chill. All right. Well, gotta go now because I'm still working on the comic book stories, and so far I'm coloring and shading all the pictures, but everything so far is turning out well. Everything is significant. It's making perfect sense. So yeah, it's going to turn out wonderful. And I'm telling you, when I'm finished with it, and when everyone sees it once it's published, you can thank me later. All right, peace.